It's a story of dedication and commitment to a sport they have made their life's work.
Kellogg Sustain proudly presents this profile of an Olympian.
It seems we've seen them grow up on the ice, and up is where they always seem to be going. Ekaterina Gordeeva and Sergei Grinkov, world junior champions in 1985. And only 1 year later, world champions at the senior level when she was only 14. Some critics felt that Katya, as she is known, was too small for her partner Sergei, who was older by 4 years. But their harmony on the ice was unrivaled. And when Gordeeva and Grinkov reached their first Olympics in Calgary, they won there too. Since then, the pair retired from the amateur ranks and skated 3 years as professionals before deciding to return. They also fell in love and were married, and in September of '92 received their greatest prize, their daughter Daria.
I can say that we didn't have great emotions before we have a baby, but this is something very much different than all wins, gold medals and all this.
Since deciding to make another run at Olympic gold, Gordeeva and Grinkov have lived life on the move. They spent the summer in Ottawa working with their choreographer. They have a house and a golf course in Tampa, Florida, where they've spent all of one night, though they do say it has a nice room for Daria. And this September, they were back in Moscow, staying with Katya's mother in an apartment just across the street from the Russian White House. When political struggles within the Russian government turned into civil war in the streets of Moscow last fall, it was all happening right in their neighborhood, and Katya and Sergei became concerned for their country and their daughter.
Naturally, we were worried about her, and that's why we took Daria to another apartment when the situation became critical. But what I really want to say is that it was all a kind of a hooliganism.
It was scary, and we were very disappointed and very upset about all this. And some first days we even couldn't understand that something can happen like this. And
after 2 days of fighting, a relative peace returned to Moscow, and Sergei and Katya moved Daria back to her mother's apartment. Moscow life has seen many changes since Gordeeva and Grinkov won Olympic gold. Under communism, crossing through the gates of the Central Red Army rink where they train was once the exclusive right of the country's elite athletes. In the new Russia, the rink is now also a Mercedes-Benz dealership. But life and training go on. Though as teenagers they had already achieved all the success they could in their sport, while watching the last Olympics on TV, Gordeeva and Grinkov found they missed amateur competition. And with their daughter, they found a new reason to skate.
Our lives have become more interesting, now that there is something to live for, not just for Katya and myself, but for our daughter too. We have more to aspire to, and we have more joy in our lives.
Now that the teenagers have grown up to become a family, Katya has a simple explanation for the rapport she and her husband exhibit on the ice.
maybe it's because we really love each other, and it's happened on the ice the same.
On the ice, representing Russia, Ekaterina Gordeeva and Sergei.